Hello everyone, Ember here, and welcome back to a new video. And I hope you're all having a nice day because in this one, I'm just going to be doing a bit of a channel update. So I'm assuming a few of you might be aware of this already because I think I mentioned this a while back in a community post. But basically, I haven't been recording a lot of videos lately, which it might not look like that from just looking at the channel page. But basically, over the summer, I pre-recorded a ton of videos, so I wouldn't have to record as much when I did this like whole moving stuff and like dealing with other shenanigans in life. But basically, I've only like recorded one or two videos in the past month or so. And there's been a couple of different reasons for that. Like, it's not really just any one thing in particular. There's been like a lot of things going on in my life. Been very ill in particular, which has been very unfortunate. But overall, it's given me a chance to just like reflect on the channel and like where I stand as a content creator because for the most part, I don't really class myself as a content creator even though that is technically what I'm doing, right? I'm making YouTube videos. But the thing is, I don't take it that seriously, especially not compared to a lot of other channels that are all the time, chasing subscriptions, chasing the next, video that's going to hit them 1K views and stuff. But the thing is, I'm just not really about that. And I'm kind of surprised this channel even made it to 1K subs, to be honest, because this has always been like a bit of a hobby, something to do on the sideline when I get a bit bored. And I do enjoy this game. That's not saying I just do this whenever like I can't do anything else, and I'm just bored. But the thing is, this is more of a hobby thing. It's always going to be that. So if anyone's expecting me to make like daily content again, then I'm sorry, that's probably not going to happen again. At least not for a long time. But yeah, I basically just wanted to give this update because like I've been struggling a bit with the new format, just like getting ideas down and like just trying to create decks that just feel good, right? I've been playing a lot of Mega Lucario recently just because it's quite a chill deck. And when I have free time to play Pokemon, like at least right now, I don't want to play super complicated decks. And when I mean super complicated, I don't mean like control variants. I literally just mean anything that plays like Monkey Dory or like Dragapult and stuff like that. I just want to play extremely chill, relaxed Pokemon. But the thing is, I'm not like loving the format. Like Mega Lucario is kind of fun, but one of them gets knocked out, your opponent takes three prize cards, the game's practically over, right? It's a bit of a strange format. There's an awful lot of decks kicking around, which is good. I love the diversity. I do appreciate that. But at the same time, it's just chaos on the ladder. Like it's very much chaos. And I feel like I can run into any 10 different decks, which is really cool on the one hand, but it does also mean that you could get flattened by like five different variants of Dragapult and stuff. So yeah, sometimes it can be a bit frustrating. Like Monkey Dory is still the bane of my existence, but like just as a single prize enjoyer, I guess. But I'm never going to stop raving about that anyway, so pay no attention to that. But either way, I've been having decent luck. There is some decks that I think were more successful than others, like Alakazam. I still genuinely think was actually a really good budget deck, so I might give that more attention in the future. But as for the likes of Venusaur, guys, I cannot for the life of me get this card to do anything. Like, I've played northwards of maybe 20 games. I really can't seem to win a game with Mega Venusaur. Like, it has been rough. Like, I've tried different builds. It's not just I've stuck to one different build. Like, I have tried several different variations of this deck, and I just cannot get this thing to work. Like, it just clunks up. Like, it's annoying, and it does not do enough damage. Like, 240 is just not enough. Like, you want to be able to have like a massive one KO punch move in this format, and sadly, Mega Venusaur, he don't got that, sadly. So, there is some other interesting things like the weird Absol Cornerstone mask deck that was all over the ladder at one point. Like that is kind of interesting. I wouldn't mind giving that a go, but I think it's a bit late to like do a YouTube video on it, so to speak. So I'll probably just do it in my own time privately, but still a very fun card. As for the other megas, like they seem kind of underwhelming. Like Manectric is actually Manetric's a funny story because that was the mega that I was really gassing up going into this set, and I was like, guys, this is actually really good. Trust me, bro. But the thing is, I still believe it's pretty good. It's just that I haven't really done that much with it. I played like a handful of games, was like, oh, this is a bit boring actually, and went back to Mega Lucario, and I just haven't been back since. So like I do want to do more with it because I do think it has the potential. I think it's very powerful. It is slightly fragile for a Mega, like 330 is not really where you want to be. But I do like Mega Manectric a lot. I do think it's good, so I will come back to that. It might make a video, but like the other Mega deck that I was gonna say, I talk about actually, Mega Abomasnow. See if I can remember how to spell it actually. Mega Abomasnow. This one was a lot of fun, but again, the YouTube video that I made didn't really perform that well, and it kind of made me think like, do I need to keep doing like deck profiles for decks that I just kind of fancy covering, or should I just stick to decks that people want to see? like should I do a mixture of that? Because it's worth, saying like it's worth asking you guys is what I meant to say. Like it's worth asking you, like what content would you guys like to see? But if it's exhausting trying to get things to work, and I only have like a limited amount of free time every week now, so it's like, can I be bothered? Can I be bothered? Can I be bothered? Do I have the time? Can I make something work? And also, like, I know this is a very sensitive topic because it's a more of a general issue with like YouTube in general. But I'm not the biggest fan of like clickbait titles. I'm really not. And that sounds really weird coming from a content creator. And I know, like, literally just the other day, I was throwing around "It's broken" in the new ADP video that I did because I still have PTSD from ADP and I still think that card is broken. But the thing is, I see so many content creators now saying, "Oh, this new card breaks open," or "This new card is broken now thanks to such and such." And I'm just like, yeah, buddy, that deck's going to win like 5 out of 10 games if you're lucky. Like, I don't want to fall into that trap of feeling like I need to use clickbait just to stay relevant on YouTube. Like, I want to make videos that people watch, of course, but that people actually want to watch without feeling like they need to click on it because I've said, like, oh yeah, Mega Camerupt is better than every other deck in the format. Or, that Arvin's Mabosta, for example, is actually secretly broken thanks to this potion card. Like, I don't want to have to do that. And I see it so much now on YouTube as like a huge, huge abundance of content creators that do it. And like, for the most part, it's fine. I don't really mind it. Like, it doesn't affect me that other channels are doing it. Like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not like jabbing at other channels either, even though it kind of probably sounds like I am. It's just more of those thing, one of those things like where like I just don't really want to fall into the habit of doing it myself, and I want to try and keep away from it as much as I can, which is why I like do a lot of those like GLC videos because I don't feel I have to use any kind of clickbait. Like if people want to watch GLC content, they'll show up and watch it. Like you don't feel you have to say, "Oh, this new GLC deck is broken," because there's only like a handful of players in the player base that actually care about GLC anyway. So like if people want to watch GLC content, I'll make GLC content. That's fine. But with regular content, it's a bit of a different story. And then, it's just like, the amount of thumbnails I saw saying that this guy was powerful. It's just like, if you prize one of your Kofu, you are so stuffed. Like maybe it's better now thanks to the ticket, and because like Typhlosion got better with the ticket. But yeah, I'll have to try this one again. Actually, that could be good with redeemable ticket. But yeah, there's just so many budget things that I see, like, oh, this budget deck's cracked and all the rest of it, and it's just like the most mid thing you've ever seen. And I just see a lot of it, and it's getting very tiresome, very boring. Like I have faith. I like playing budget decks. I love weird stuff. I love like this Tortuga, for example. I was going to do an Archeops video, but I just could not get the darn thing to win enough games. So I was just like, yeah, I can't really justify it. Aerodactyl was a bit of a similar story, though I do feel like I've made several Aerodactyl videos, just not really about Aerodactyl itself, just paired it with other stuff. But again, a very fun card, can be very good. Cradley was just another one that was like, this card is such a disappointment. I'll never shut up about this Cradley, by the way. Why is this card not doing like 100 damage base at the very least? Like, it's so sad. But yeah, justice for fossils in the TCG. Maybe in like Gen 10 or Gen 11, they'll like finally do something cool with fossils because fossils just suck. Like, they just suck. The fact that you can't nest ball or poffin for them just really sucks. We need a new item card that says like search your deck for up to 3 fossils and put them onto the bench. Just something crazy like that. Like, imagine an item that was just like discard 2 cards from your hand, search your deck for 3 fossils and put them on the bench. There we go. Easy. Easy done. Or search your deck for a 3 in any combination of like stage 1 and basic fossils. Like, that would be great as well. But yeah, Diplin, actually, I do like Diplin. Probably one of my favorite budget decks in recent years. That was a lot of fun. Hydrapple, I don't think I've played much of Hydrapple. Also, I've gone very off topic. I was supposed to be talking about clickbait and stuff, but yeah, I'm just getting distracted by all the fun cards. Salamence was a video that I kind of wanted to do, but like pretty much it wasn't that long after Salamence came out. I think we got Shaman, and I was just like, oh, Shaman's just going to destroy Salamence. So like maybe now's the time to play Salamence because Shaman's not in everything, but yeah, Salamence could be cool. Claydol, kind of fun. Metang, hilarious card. This Metagross, actually, I do really like. I would like to play this one again. It's a surprisingly effective budget deck. Like, you are capped at 280, which like, it's not that powerful, but at the end of the day, Mega Lucario is doing 270. It's like the same kind of damage. So yeah, I don't think Metagross is actually the worst. It also has Xatu, so you have energy acceleration and draw power. So yeah, I might do like a revision of Metagross, like a revised Metagross list. But Yeah, I was supposed to be talking about clickbait, so I'll very quickly run back to that. I do kind of want to make more content, but at the same time, I don't want to make content that's like this new deck is broken. Like I'll always have the I think this is the best rogue deck of the set, or I think this is the best budget deck of the set. Those are like staples on this channel at this point. Like I will do one of those for in what's it called? Phantasm. This is how like out of touch I am with this format, by the way. Phantasmal Flames. I will do something where it's like, oh, this is the best new deck from the set, in my opinion, or like this is the best rogue deck from the set, in my opinion. It's just the in my opinion part won't be in the title because it's too wordy, or like this is the best new budget deck from the set, in my opinion. Also, if you're wondering about Mega Gengar, I completely forgot about Mega Gengar. Like I completely forgot this had even come out. So like if I go to there we go. I completely forgot. Completely, just entirely. I was going to do a Mega Gengar video as well, but I just completely forgot about it. It would have been perfect as well for Halloween. Like I really missed a trick here. But yeah, I'm gonna craft a few of these actually because I would like to try some Mega Gengar variants. It looks like so much fun. So I'll either do that before Phantasmal Flames comes out, or I'll just wait until the full set drops and then I'll do some Mega Gengar content. But yeah, this Mega looks like so much fun. I hope it's better than Mega Lucario because Mega Lucario is okay, especially if you're doing like ladder challenges. But I would love to play a Mega deck IRL that's not too expensive. And like the Mega Gengar decks, if you can find them in stores, which again is another huge issue with this game right now, like if you can actually find the product in stores, like it would be a cheap Mega deck to build. So I hope it's good. But I think I've yapped enough for this channel update. Basically, long story short, if you've skipped to the end or you don't want to sit through the waffle again, basically I'm going to make more content, but it's going to be less videos of me saying, oh, this deck is broken, and more videos that I just generally want to make. However, at the end of the day, though, if you still have like a deck request or something, reach out to me, like throw it in the comments, ask, or, like just let me know what you would like to see. I would like to do more GLC content, like that's always something I like. Trainer trials as well, although I do feel like the trainer trials lately have been a bit more boring than they usually are for some reason. But I do like trainer trials. Trainer trials is a lot of fun. I wish more people like played it, but at the end of the day, it's still decent. Still a lot of people playing it. But yeah, train trials is another thing I like to do. I really hope we get full expanded at some point. Full expanded, GLC properly added. Like if GLC was just available 24/7, I think I would just drop standard at that point and just play GLC. But yeah, standard, GLC, just anything else like that. I might toy around again with creating my own format, but like it's a bit of effort for what I'm aiming for. Like I was going to go back to that idea I had where well, it was inspired by another format that had been run on Limitless. But basically you just play a deck with Pokemon that have really low HP and you play like a bunch of different types. You have to play a load of different basic energy, and it was quite fun. It's like mini league or something, and you play like a load of different little guys, and there's some fun options, like Pokemon with unique attacks and things. Just a very simple, cheap game mode as well to play IRL if you're struggling to get the cards. But I'll have to see. I might bring that back, might not. But yeah, let me know what you think down below. It's been Overpower. Thank you for tuning into this somewhat of a messy channel update. But yeah, thank you for watching.